Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that time again. Got a beautiful Thursday upon us here. We got to be thankful to be alive. Thankful to have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears. A lot of people would kill for that. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is so simple. You go download the app. It's in any app store. Really easy. Pick more or less on your favorite players in the NBA, NHL, UFC for the chance to win 100 times your money. Available in states like Texas, California, and 30 more, plus Canada. Deposit match with code Timbo. Put $100 in, get $100 free. You can pick more or less on takedowns, more or less on punches, more or less on fight time. If you know your sports, it's an easy, fun way to make some cheddar. Okay, PrizePicks code Timbo if you're serious. And also brought to you by Rizzz Pharma. Rizzz Pharma is dedicated to making prescription medications affordable for everyone, particularly targeting the uninsured and underinsured populations. Their program aims to alleviate the financial burden of medical costs by offering over 800 plus generic medications for free at a very low cost, utilizing strategic partnerships and bulk buying power. You go to these other places and they rip you off. Check out Rizzz Pharma. The guy's looking to help people, help the people who can't afford it. That's Rizzz Pharma, ladies and gentlemen. And let's grab ourselves a refreshment here. Get perked up. Get perked up, get postured up. You don't need to be fucking sagging your whole lives. Okay. Joe Riggs. He flaked on me. Flaked on me 100%. So I got my boys, a couple Phoenix locals here. Cody Bebo and Tommy Lloyd Christmas. Tommy, what's your last name?
Tommy Hanna.
There we go. Okay, we got Tommy. A couple Phoenix locals here. A couple troublemakers. Real quick here. Let me light up a bag of smoke, get my mind settled down. We've had a hell of a week. Got a lot going on. What do I got going on? Ordered myself a new PC. Garrett, you'd like this PC. It's a 4070 white little PC, and it's going to be top notch because now my YouTube's starting to take off, which is crazy because it took so long to get to 100,000 viewers. It's so long, a lot of work, but all these check 1 2. All these big YouTubers I've talked to, they said after you get 100K, then you go start cruising, and that seems like the case for me because damn near already out of 160,000 almost, which is crazy. In the last month, I think 20,000 subs, which is wild, dude. Holy shit.
Insane.
But I got a good team now. I got my boy Nick. I got my boy Garrett. I got my boy Michael, who is a ESPN producer. So he's good at keeping eyes on YouTube, giving me topics. And then I got the editors who take care of everything. So I'm lucky enough now to have a good team here. Why don't we tap into some subjects here, and then we can talk amongst ourselves, and then we'll go to some fight topics. We got UFC 301 coming up, and we got Pantoja. A lot of interview people are asking him about his interaction with Sean. They sparred actually 3 rounds when he was a young buck, though. This was probably 8 years ago. But first, I saved a couple Instagram things here. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this here, and we'll talk about our thoughts.
Will liberate you. Knowing that this is what is motivating them. All right, now I have options. I don't have to react. I don't have to get emotional. I can retreat. I can withdraw. I can play certain games on them that'll, if you want to infuriate them and imbalance them so they'll leave you alone, you have more than enough material to do that. You have deterrent strategies from deterring them from being aggressive. You have options when you have knowledge. Knowledge will liberate you.
That's Robert Greene. He's the one who wrote the Mastery book. He wrote the Art of War. Is that what he wrote?
He wrote the 48 Laws of Power, I think is what he was most known for.
48 Laws of Power, and he's talking about knowledge will set you free. I mean, he's right. He's right. When you get into an argument with someone and you match their energy right away and you guys turn into a screaming match, then it's like you ain't going to get very far. But if you can sit there calmly, think about how to use your words, think about how to make it make sense to them, It'll set you free. So that was a good
Knowledge.
little one there. I must have been stoned, real stoned when I saved that. We'll go to the next one here.
Do you look for a mentor?
To generalize a little bit, think of a mentor as kind of a second parent that you have. The mentor is the chance where you get to choose somebody to be like that surrogate father or mother you never really had. And you don't want to just find somebody who's the most brilliant person in their field, but there's no emotional connection. There has to be a kind of an emotional contact between you, a back and forth and exchange. So I often tell people, go through a process where you think, that is somebody I would like to become. Their spirit, their sense of humor, their openness, the way they think is something, I feel a connection to that in a kind of an intuitive way. And so you find a mentor that way.
Do you look?
That's Michaela Peterson asking Robert Greene kind of how to find a mentor. And I've always thought that too. I'm like, I don't want to look at these mentors. When I look at someone and I want to learn from someone specific things, I'm like, I also look how do they take care of themselves? Are they a big fat slob? It's like, why do I want to take advice from this guy? He doesn't even have his goddamn own life together at all when it comes to finding mentors. But like, I've had some good ones in my life. I've had some really good coaches, but coaches, mentors, people that I even learned from that I've never met. People like Tim Ferriss, the amount of shit I've learned from that guy is crazy. How about you guys? What do you guys look for in a mentor?
I would say, going back on that first video, I look towards you as like, you're always staying calm with things. You're always thinking before you react. And that's the one problem I've always had, is just reacting and exploding immediately, matching that energy. And it's never helped. And so that's why, like, I look forward, like, in you specifically, because you do think about everything you say before you say it. You know how to communicate with people when they are fucking exploding. Like, there's people here at the gym that'll lose their minds, and you know how to communicate with them and talk to them at a low tone. You don't match their energy. You don't give back the same energy that they give you, and it always changes the outcome. Like, it's always way smoother to talk, calmer. It always helps anything. Like,
have you had like a, I guess you could call it a temper. Have you had a kind of a temper your whole life? Yeah,
and I think that originates just my childhood. My parents not having the right temper, my brother not having the right temper, and I followed them, and it's just programmed into me to explode instead of sit there and think about it before you say anything. No, I usually just fucking react.
Fuck. Yeah, I mean,
just immediately.
I don't know where the fuck I learned that from, but I mean, there's a few communication books that I've read that have helped me a lot, but also this Ray Dalio book, and just being able to have how much of a superpower it is to be able to look at something through the other person's eyes. Like, how are they looking at it? You're fighting with this person. They're trying to get you to see their side. You're trying to get them to see their side. If you can just step back for a second and just try to see how they're seeing it a little bit, maybe from their programming and how they're reacting to it. That's a real fucking superpower. Yeah. It really is. Even in relationships, because some people are so fucking stubborn. Some people are just so stubborn that even when you bring something to their attention and it makes sense, they'll get more mad. Right. They'll get fucking pissed off because they're wrong. How about you, Tommy? You know how to communicate decent?
I think I'm pretty decent at it. Honestly, what I look for in a mentor or a mentor is someone that, like, walks the talk, you know, someone that leads by example. I also look in, like, when I look up to somebody, I look up for, like, I want to be like that person, and I want to make sure that person has all the right traits, you know, like someone honest, someone trustworthy, someone that can be there. Yeah, that's what I kind of look for in a mentor. And also, I feel like seeing things from another person's point of view is really important. And it's something that a lot of people don't do anymore. I see it on social media a lot, where they just, you know, it's my way and my way only. And they don't want to see something from someone else's perspective and kind of integrate that with their beliefs and the way they think.
I mean, you're never really going to win a debate on online.
Oh no, of course not.
Just like there's fights online that you watch and it's like, dude, what is the even point of that? And you know someone behind that screen's fucking getting fired up, bucking themselves around the room, having a Schmidt just out of nowhere, you know. I mean, yeah, fuck, dude. It's hard for people to find mentors these days. Like someone who like, damn, I want to live like that. I wouldn't mind having a life like that or something. But you're right, Tommy. People who walk the walk and talk the talk, you see it all the time. You see back in, I mean, Portland, Oregon, this nutritionist guy had me sold. And I was paying him weekly to make my meals when I was fighting in Bellator. And he was a fat ass himself. But looking back, I'm like, damn, what the fuck, dude? But people, especially in fighting in MMA gyms, though, they'll tell you to act some certain way. They'll tell you to be a certain way, or they'll call you out on things. And it's like they've never been through the fire themselves at all. So they don't even understand where you're coming from. They just expect you to do it this way. Do it this way because that's what I think. I've been around the sport long enough. That's what I think you should do it. I mean, people who don't practice what they preach or have never done anything, then they're just teaching you on a theory that they have in their mind. They're not teaching you from experience and stuff. What about you, Garrett? How have you found some mentors in your life?
I feel like honestly through the internet. I mean, a lot of the like mentors that I've gained, with either it be you or Sean, watching the podcast 2018 and started watching. Obviously, I'm here now doing the podcast with you guys, which is cool. But I feel like I've gained mentors mainly through just like, I feel like the energy you feel from someone, that or the specific things you guys are into. Like you guys talked about biohacking. Biohacking was my entryway into listening to you guys on the podcast.
So, because I met Garrett, Sugar and I did a meet and greet in Texas one time, and then Cheyenne and Garrett were in the line of the meet and greet, and then we met him, and then you guys won the Dr. Dabber.
Yeah, we had bought Sean's NFT at the time, so he said like the first person that shows up gets this Dr. Dabber, which is like a $250 dab rig.
Sick one.
Yeah, sick. Yeah. So met Sean there, met you there. You guys were super fucking cool, super nice to everybody. But again, yeah, through the podcast, it's kind of the backtrack on the mentorship thing. I feel like you get attracted to mentors through one lane, but then like obviously your guys' comedic ability, your guys' the people you had on, it was super interesting. But I think that's kind of how I have always found my mentors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's weird. I mean, you have some uptight biohacking guy who's just a pretty boy. He looks fucking perfect. He just talks perfect. He doesn't swear. He doesn't do all these things. That may not relate to someone like Tommy and Bebo, who are fucking punk asses, like to smoke weed, like to get in fights, like to just be punks. But then they see another punk. Well, I kind of am a fucking punk. I'm a scrub. I've been a scrub my whole life. Like to do drugs, like to fuck around. You see someone maybe like me and do it a little bit, and you're like, maybe he's onto something there. Right. Eating healthy and something. So people connect in different ways, like you said.
Yeah, it's two smart guys that also have this kind of degenerate side to them. That's, I feel like you don't get that anywhere else, really. Yeah, you guys are definitely two unique characters in that way.
Right.
Yeah. But your story's pretty cool, because then how come you and Cheyenne ended up coming to Phoenix? Because you were living in Texas at the time, and then you came to Phoenix, and I remember you coming into the gym to me and be like, hey, I think you proposed it to me as TikTok, because I don't have a TikTok. And you're like, hey, I think I could build you a good TikTok. And then you started doing it. And then I showed how good you were to Sean. And now you're Sean's full-time YouTube guy. Yeah. Which is crazy.
Dude, it's weird, right? Because if I look back on my like 2018 stuff, when I first started watching the podcast, if I wanted to do what I'm doing right now, but I did not have the skills and the tools needed to be able to perform what I'm doing. So it's super interesting how I started listening to you guys, started adapting some of the things they taught, started learning those different techniques, eating healthy, the cold plunge, meditation, all these things that prepared me to be able to even have a conversation with you like that. I wouldn't have been capable of it, dude. I would have fucking, I either would have done terrible and not known exactly what I was doing and be able to figure out these different tools, these different techniques with social media. Or I would have just, been a bitch and not went and talked to you.
But you had some skills even before, because you were a streamer at first, and you showed me your setup, and it was like this fucking beautiful setup. I'm like, damn, that's nice. So then you started kind of just researching more and learning, and then, I mean, because you have no idea how many people want to come do. They say they have some skill. Hey, can I do a video? Can I do this? Like, all the time, like a lot. But then you actually came here, showed me your talents, and it was pretty sick.
Yeah. So, give you a little backstory, short backstory. I was in Thailand for 3 months with Shy. We had just saved up all our money, went and trained there for 3 months.
Just did like you stayed in a little like a little apartment or something.
Yeah, we went to this like coffee shop, and these Thai people that spoke English. We were like looking at places, and they were all like 4 times as much as we had expected, and we'd only saved up this like small amount of money.
Because everyone preaches, right? Thailand, you can get away with a small amount of money.
Yeah.
Would you go there with $1,000 or
three grand for 3 months?
Whoa,
which is crazy. Our apartment was
Crazy.
$240 a month, which is like, you know, if you here's what, $1,500 for like a studio.
Right.
But yeah, no, went there. Was just sitting on the beach one day. After Muay Thai, was hitting my 2 a days like you and Sean preached at the time. I was listening to the podcast, and was on the beach.
what year was that?
2018 or 19. I think it's 18.
So a good 6 years ago.
Forever ago. And I was sitting there, was considering my options about like where I could go after this. Obviously, this is going to end. I only have this certain amount of money. I got to go back to the real world soon. I can't just train nonstop, unlimited. So I was trying to figure it out, and something, you know, just downloaded into my brain. I was like, you need to be a streamer. Like something was telling me that. I hear you and Sean talk about it all the time. Sean believes he was going to be world champion. But so yeah, sat there. Streamer got downloaded into me, and then went back, got super addicted to it for a year, got up to like 100,000 followers on TikTok within like 6 months. So that's where it gave me that confidence to build on social media.
At that time, though, were you YouTubing how to go viral on TikTok?
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
Like
I
learning?
was just just nonstop trying to learn and figure out how to solve this problem, which is, you know, be able to make money doing streaming, which is fucking hard. Like
how many guys are trying to do it right now? Like,
I think there was some stat. It was like, there was like 7 million people live with less than 1 viewer.
holy fuck.
That's the odds I was up against, right? I had to go starting from 0 viewers, me and Shy's sitting there watching my stream. So I think we got up to like, there was at one point I did this Amazon game show. I'm not going to get super deep in that story. We can tell that one another time. But they rated my stream with like 50,000 people because I was on this game show. So I was like sitting there in front of 50,000 people, going from 0 people watching me and my girlfriend, you know, kind of almost embarrassing. You know, you're sitting there and my girlfriend's watching me play video games.
Then all of a sudden you're like,
all of a sudden I'm just sitting there, fucking chats fucking flying like an Aiden Ross stream.
damn.
So fucking nuts. But to circle back, I was coming back from that situation with Thailand, lived in Texas, built that streaming stuff, wanted to move back to Arizona mainly for family reasons, but came back, and on the way back from there, I was just in the car, and I was, again, didn't really have like a full-time income with streaming, was kind of deciding, do I want to keep doing this? Do I not want to keep doing this? I wasn't really in love with it anymore. And I was thinking about doing real estate photography, and I was like, this could be something I could do. I have a skill set with it. I have the cameras. I have the equipment. I could do this. Like, that sounds really shitty. I could make some money, but I wouldn't be happy doing it. And then again, the same feeling I had when I was on the beach in Thailand, that, you know, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, kind of like came and spoke to me and was like, go talk to Sean. You have something to do with Sean. And that led me to talking to you, because I knew I'd proven it to myself where I could build my social media. And I knew if I could do it for myself, I loved you guys so much and your guys' content so much that I was like, well, if I could do it for myself, you know, like, making content for yourself is really fucking hard. It's hard to...
Just real quick, keep your thought. But for the people out there listening, you can just send an email, timbosugarshow@gmail.com. Try not to come in and just like, we have everything right now. Right now, we're not looking for any video guys. We're not looking for any workers. We're not looking for anything right now. So don't spend a bunch of money to come like Garrett did and just come talk and try to sell us on something. Because right now we're having to turn down so much shit.
Mm-hmm.
So send an email, timbosugarshow@gmail.com. We'll take a peek at it. Okay.
100%.
Garrett, sorry.
No, you're good, brother.
I was like, oh, fuck. Next week, 100 people. Hey.
Everybody's showing up.
Savior. So, had that thought, was like, cool. I wanted to train at the gym anyways. I had thought about doing it back in 2018 when I lived in Arizona before I moved to Texas. And I thought about coming to train at the gym. I was like, fuck, I want to go train. I'm going to go pitch this thing to Tim, see what he thinks. I had the belief in myself that I could do it. So I went and pitched it to you. We immediately took off with the TikTok, immediately took off with the Instagram, the Timbo Sugar Show profile. And now, again, we're still making content today, so we're still here.
Yeah, it's wild. That's what I tell Schmidt with YouTube and like Patreon and even Snapchat and Instagram. I'm like, dude, the only way our podcast got big, because before it was literally me reading a Tim Ferriss book. Okay, he uses a Logitech. Okay, he uses a Zoom H6. Okay, I ordered that stuff. Fuck, I think I could figure this out. It might be hard, but I'm just try to get the most basic out there. Invited Sugar over, set up my Logitech. All right, let's start a podcast. Boom, we started that way. Slowly kept researching on little things, how to improve it. Better mics, okay, better lighting, better cameras, now better editing. And slowly, over time, wasn't able to do it quick. Our podcast was so shit for years, dude. And same with Patreon. I tried to research, what are these top Patreon people doing? A lot of them are doing podcasts, extra podcasts. A lot of them are doing the last half hour of their podcast on Patreon only. Subscribe to Patreons and try to look what they're doing. And it's like years of doing that, trying to improve it to get where I'm at. And same with the YouTube, like finding your niche, having a good thumbnail, having a good title, just researching how people are doing it, what kind of tags to do, what time to upload. And I tell Schmitty, I'm like, bro, when he uploads his video, I'm like, how many tags did you put? Well, I forgot to put tags, champ. Or what was the title? Let me see your thumbnail. The thumbnail's just like not like a fucking the word. I'm like, bro, you want just something just magically to just blow up, or do you want to research the best you can and just see what to do? What's everyone else doing? How do I blow this up?
That's why Nick and Michael are so good. You can tell Michael takes his time to research. That is his skill set for sure. He has that algorithm brain, which is, again, it takes so long to like build that skill set, where, especially with MMA and stuff. It's cool that, again, your team is strong as hell, and it's cool. We're going to see this whole thing evolve over time. Yeah. It's going to be so cool.
And even like my boy Bebo, because a lot of people are in that spot. They're in this spot where they're in their mid-20s, really trying to figure out, like, what am I going to get going? I mean, a lot of people are in that situation. Yeah. Bebo's our handyman. We hired him. He built some beautiful horse fences. He built the stalls for Mariah, helped with all that. Now we have our horse property, literally, because Bebo helped us with all the fencing. Handyman, you have all these different talents. And then our boy Trey, who's a young kid, owns his own AC business, has his own trailer, his own AC business in Arizona. So no matter what, he's going to end up being balling. But I was trying to tell Bebo, I'm like, bro, you should get a little side business because you're really good at jiu-jitsu and you're wanting to be a professional jiu-jitsu guy, which is perfect. Having a little side hustle where you own your own little business, a little bit of income, you can schedule your time around your training, and you have all the people around you to help you do that.
Right.
So now it's just about doing it.
Right.
And not going home and just hitting the dab rig, flopping down for a rig.
No, right. That's why, like, I have experience with multiple different things, construction, underground construction, pool servicing, handyman shit. I can go anywhere with it. It's just about doing something with it, figuring out what is going to work with my schedule, what I can do. And right now, like, I don't have to do much. I have support. I have things that I pay and I get done, and I can cover it all. It's just what I want to do, and I know I have a certain amount of time to ride this dream out, and continue this, and trying to win a world championship, trying to win and get to where I want to be with this. I know I have a certain time, and I know what I can do, and I know what I need to do, and that's why I've been talking to David too about getting a pool servicing route. Because that I've done since I was young. Like,
that's
since
I
was like,
for sure.
Yeah, since I was 14. And in Arizona, pool routes, like, that's what you get by with. Like, my dad's best friend, he runs a pool business. That man's set for life. And
automatically anybody who starts a business and they're good at what they do,
right,
you're gonna have all our members probably use you.
Right, exactly. And that's what the good thing is like, I know I have the resources to get me somewhere, and I know what I need to do. I know when I have the time, and it's just like, I know now that I'm 26, I'm like, fuck, I need to start hopping on. I need to start tying up this shit. I was talking to Dominique even. I'm like, yeah, I think it's about time. Like, I need to start looking at my outlets, and it's good that I've met the people through the gym, because shit, I was fucking stuck doing underground construction. I was in a 5-year relationship with this girl, and I was just so fucking unhappy.
Were you drinking at the time, or
no? I never been a drinker. Never really been a drinker.
A lot of people are in that situation too. You're very lucky to find something that you're so passionate about.
Right.
Some people, they're like, I don't have anything I'm passionate about.
And that's what I was like. I was 200 pounds, freaking working construction.
Really? Do you have tits?
Yeah, I had some tits on me.
Did you, or were you still pecs?
No, I had some tits on me. I got to show you a picture. But I was just so unhappy. I would come home, fucking to unhappy home, just
moody.
Yeah, just moody, fighting all the time, and I'm like, not happy at all. And then my buddy Zach hit me up, and he was like, hey, you should come down to the gym, train with us, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, for a while, I looked at the message for like months, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to stay unhappy, keep getting money.
Who invited you again?
Zach the Hammer.
Oh, yeah, Hammer Zach. So he said that, and you're like, what did you think at the time? Did you know what jiu-jitsu was?
No, I had no idea. Like, I didn't know what jits was.
You thought we were just a bunch of karate fucking kung fu nerds.
Him and all my friends, like Sage and stuff, they always did jiu-jitsu and MMA, and so I never really did anything. And I wrestled in high school, and I remember Tommy, I would wrestle with Tommy. I brought him in to wrestling, and I would fuck him up in the wrestling. And then all of a sudden, he would guillotine me, or he'd take my back and choke me out.
So you were doing jits before Bebo?
Yeah, from like 6th grade going into freshman year.
Oh, okay, so you did it for like 3 years as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I remember like he would fuck me up, and like he'd tap me out. And I went over to his house one day, and he was like, all right, I'm going to do jits. You use your wrestling. Dude beat my ass, and I was like,
and you're a little hothead, like,
yeah, and I'm like,
what the fuck is this bullshit?
What the fuck is this? So when Zach hit me up, I seen him doing like MMA and jits, and I was like, I've never done it, and so I sat there for a while, and I was like, nah, I don't want to come in. I'm gonna be lazy. I'm gonna still go do work, my 9 to 5, come home, argue with my girl,
beat on her a little bit, just
yeah. And so I was unhappy, fat, and then I finally one day was like, no, I'm way too unhappy. I need to do something with my life. And I think it was the Jerome thing with the cop. They came after me and said that I assaulted the police officer when he was off duty, and he tackled me off my street bike because I went around him. And so that kind of like,
he was off duty, but he was still on his cop rig.
Yeah. So what happened was, we were up north. I was riding with my buddies. We were all riding our street bikes from Surprise all the way out to Sedona, and on the way back from Sedona, we went through Jerome, and we got behind this truck that was towing a trailer that had drywall on it. Regular truck, Toyota Tundra, got drywall on the back of the trailer. We come up behind him, and it's like 35 miles an hour, and it's a single lane road. Well, we're right up on his ass, kind of like, I won't lie, we're up on his ass, and he just kept slowing down. And my buddy was in front of me, and he like brake checked us super hard. So my buddy went around. Well, I followed my buddy, went around in a passing lane, went around, got up to the top of the hill. We realized one of our buddies was still behind the truck, and he like had swerved at us a little bit. And so I was like, fuck, I don't know what happened to him. So I pulled off into a dirt parking lot. And as soon as I pulled off into the dirt parking lot, I see my buddy pulling right behind us. And then all of a sudden I hear tires screech. Dude pulls up, gets out of his truck, and he's wearing a full firefighter uniform. He's got firefighter pants on, firefighter boots on, firefighter Jerome Fire Department shirt on, and then he's got some food hat on. Gets out of his truck, and he like starts running at us, and he's like, turn off your bikes, get off your bikes. And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, the fuck? No. And so I turned on my bike, and I started to take off. Well, he comes around, and he's like in front of me, and he's like, stop, I'm a cop. And he lifts his shirt, and all I see is his gun. So I'm like, this guy's a liar. He ain't no cop. It's a fire department dude that's fucking pissed off that I'm riding like this in his city. So I take off. As soon as I take off, he fucking blindsides me. Boom, tackles me off my bike. It totaled my bike. Brand new 2017 CBR 1000. Brand new. Totaled it.
Totaled it by just tipping it over?
Well, he hit me. I was going like 15 miles an hour.
Oh.
He hit me, and from the side, I hit, they have those old mining carts up there. Like a historic thing. I smashed straight straight into the mining cart. And
One second, I need to answer this real quick, just in case. Oh, go ahead, people.
But yeah, I ended up hitting the mining cart, flew me off the bike, fucked up my leg, and I went to like pick my bike back up, and he ripped the keys away. And so then I started like coming towards him because I didn't realize he was a cop. I didn't see no badge. And so I started coming at him, and he pulls out his gun, and I like went to grab his gun. And like my buddies, I know all my buddies had their guns on them. So I'm like, get your fucking guns out, shoot this guy. Like, and so he was like, I was like, give me my keys back, give me my keys back. He's like, no, you're going to wait for the cops. And I'm like, he's like, I'm a cop, blah, blah, blah. You're going to wait here. And I'm like, no, give me my keys, give me my keys. And so I ended up getting on one of my buddy's bikes, and I like went up the road, and I turned back because I saw a cop, and I was like, cool, there's cops coming. So I pulled back up, and then as soon as the cop pulled up, the dude said something to the cop. He's like, arrest him. And the cops came straight at me, and I'm like, oh shit. And I like started to back up. They took me, and then the dude tackled me to the ground, and they put me in handcuffs. And at that time, I'm like trying to fucking yell at the dude. Like,
did you get a felony for that?
No. So what happened was, I'm like sitting there I'm in handcuffs in the back of the car, and I'm like telling the cop,
yeah,
like,
it's talking about.
I'm like telling the cop that's on duty, I'm like, dude, this is what happened. Like, this guy's fucking nuts. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on.
What'd they say?
And he's like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And like, he's being like weird. And you could tell like something was going on. Well, the dude tried to go back over to my buddy and all my friends, and he's like yelling at them, telling them that they knew he was a cop and all.
But then what's the end of the story?
So the end of the story is that the chief pulls up. I explained the story to the chief. The chief goes, uncuff him, take him to the hospital, and take his bike and park it at my house. When he gets out of the hospital, you can go on and do with your day. Like, you can pick up your bike and go off. He'll do an investigation. Next day, they called me. They figured out that in high school that I ran from cops on a street bike. And they started saying, like, oh, we're going to come at you. You've done this before. And they charged me with aggravated assault against a police officer, which is a felony. And so I'm like, what the fuck? And there was like 5 other tickets that were in there too. And so I'm like, what the hell? Well, my buddies ended up going to court first. I ended up getting a lawyer, doing all kinds of shit.
Your dad did?
No, I ended up having to go get a lawyer and stuff.
How much was that?
It was $5 grand or 10 grand altogether if it went to what's called, but it was only $5 grand.
So how'd you pay it?
Me and my girl at the time,
okay.
we were working and doing our shit, and so
okay.
we were able to afford it, and ended up getting him. And my buddies went to court because we kept pushing my stuff off. My buddies went to court, and they ended up dropping all the charges and following too closely. So they got a ticket for following too closely. That's nice. Well, then
how did we even get into that story?
Because we were going into
what got
me
us
being
in
unhappy.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, what got us in jiu-jitsu. And so I was like fear for my life that they were still gonna come after me, and I was gonna go to jail because Jerome's fucking Ricky Dink ass fucking town. And so these cops are gonna be able to fuck me over. And so I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna take Zach up on this, and I'm gonna come in. And I started training. As soon as I came in, dude, I fell in love. At first I was like, fuck, it sucks being on my back. Like, I don't want to be on my back, but I ended up falling in love. And then after that, it changed everything. Like, I broke up with my girl because I realized I was unhappy. I wasn't doing the things that were making me happy. I wasn't focused on myself and not eating correctly, not taking care of myself the right way. And not having fitness and not doing anything, not working out, will destroy you so fast.
Bro. Especially if you're a guy like you, like who's an
It'd
aggressive person. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking bad. I mean,
and that's why I'm thankful that I found that outlet. Like,
yeah.
I'm thankful
you'd
that
probably
I
be in jail,
because I'd probably be in jail or doing dumb shit. 250 pounds at this point.
Holy
like,
shit, big old tits,
big old gore though.
Double D's.
What about you, Tommy? Because were you guys buds in high school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So originally,
make it a little shorter than that.
Yeah. I'll be quick.
No, that was good though. I liked it.
So like about 2 years ago, I was super skinny, smoking weed all the time. I stopped lifting. After high school, I was 155, 160. About 2 years ago, I was 130. I tried to get at this chick, right? And I overheard.
130?
Yeah, dude, 130.
Looking like a little tweaker?
Like a fucking tweak. I tried to get at this chick, bro. And I overheard her say, like, oh, he's too skinny. And that kind of fucked with me, to be honest. So like the next day I got a gym membership. I started working out. A couple months later, I saw my cousin Asher go compete in a tournament. And I was like, holy fuck, this shit looks easy. Like, I used to do this before. This shit looks hella fun. And then I started training at another gym. And then
On the west side here too, right?
yeah. I was a coach I used to train with before, Coach Ruben. But Bebo kept telling me, hey, come check this gym out. Come check this gym out. High-level guys, super competitive. Well, I came out, bro, and I loved it. And I never wanted to go back or go anywhere else ever since.
Yeah,
like, my whole lifestyle changed.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Like, fucking quit. Well, I kind of quit vaping.
There's just so many stories like that. Just saving people's fucking lives. Just gives your mind something to focus on.
Yeah, dude, you'll go straight in the gutter if you don't fucking
Have some, especially,
something.
alpha males who are a little fucking crazy already. It's like, goddamn, dude. Okay, how about this? This is 16 red flags in a man. This is on Twitter. Number 1, has a victim mentality. Number 2, he's a nice guy who always available and doesn't have a life. These are red flags in a man. He distracts himself with pleasure and has no purpose. It's a big one too. I mean, if people don't have a good workout schedule and you're fucking jacking off and watching YouTube and surfing your phone, you're guaranteed to be mentally fucking probably a little bit anxiety, a little bit crazy. You agree, Garrett?
100%.
Number 4, likes gossiping about others. That's another thing. If you're friends with a person and the only thing you guys have in common is gossiping about someone else or something, or just like as soon as you guys see, just like gossiping. I'm like, that's just a fucking toxic trait. It really is.
Right.
Number 5, I mean, you run into those people too. Who you run into them and they just want to gossip to you. They want to tell you a little bit something that it's like, dude,
Chick traits.
why the fuck are you even telling me that? Some guys too. I've fucking known guys like that too. Number 5, give constant excuses. Also, back to that last one. I think that's why the fuck we watch this reality TV, Mariah and I. I'm like, why do we sit here and watch this bullshit, like, drama? She's like, well, maybe because there's not a ton of drama in our lives and we like to watch it, I guess. I'm like, well, fuck. She's wanting to fall asleep to these shows. I'm like, why should we fall asleep to this shit? Fuck. You guys watch that kind of shit before bed, or?
Not really.
No,
What do
Like
you
The
watch,
Bachelor
Tommy?
and shit. I honestly just watch movies, bro. I'm a big movie fanatic.
Like,
I said just movies.
Like-
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, like stuff like that. I like watching a bunch of like Denzel Washington movies. I like action movies. I kind of like rom-coms too sometimes, like the funny, cheesy ones from like 2005, 2004, like the Adam Sandler ones.
Nice.
Those are pretty.
Yeah.
That's
If
my
anything,
thing.
I fall asleep to like this dude on YouTube, Matt Armstrong. He repairs wrecked vehicles. I
that's
sit there and
pretty
just
cool.
fucking watch.
Geek
that
out
kind of
about
shit.
that, bro.
Yeah,
That's why
geek out about
right
it.
now too, especially if you're smart, if you keep getting as much experience as you can, and then whatever, you can have a business in 5, 6, 7, 8 years where you don't even work. You
Right.
just literally take the calls, get the payment, send your workers, they go and take care of it, and your
Right.
bank just goes cha-ching.
That's what the goal is.
I mean,
That is
bro,
what
it's
the goal is. Especially with the pull servicing. That shit's so easy to be able to do that with, because I can go buy a route and then teach Tommy how to run the route, and then I can sit off and then I can run a different route, build that route, and I can run it. He can run the other one,
Yep.
and then so on and so forth, and just keep adding people to it.
And when people start businesses like that, or really anything, when you start anything, they expect it to be like 2 years. We're cruising. Maybe if you're lucky, but realistically, if you're going to start anything and get really good at it to where you're going to be an expert at it, it's going to take 10 years.
Right.
10 years of constantly trying to learn and figure out how to improve shit. Number 5 here. Give constant excuses and whine about his problems. I mean, we all know those people. Number 6, lack of self-discipline to take action. Fucking we know those people too who just want the easy button. Anything tough, they don't want to do it. Number 7, he believes his parents are responsible for his miserable life. I fucking know a lot of people are like that too. It's like, dude, at some point you got to take control and be like, yeah, I had a shitty childhood. Yeah, my dad fucked me up in a lot of ways. But have the smartness to go try to fix it. Maybe go to a mind mechanic. Read some books about how to rewire your brain so that shit doesn't control your life for the rest of your life. Number 8, he can't control his emotions and gets easily offended. I mean, we all know those people.
That's not me, Bebo.
Do you get offended easy? Our group's pretty good. All our group. I mean, the amount of shit we give all each other, people aren't getting easily offended. We know we're just fucking joking, dude. Just chill out. If you're that insecure, it's like fuck.
Yeah, our group chat's pretty wild.
Oh yeah,
We go off on each other, but we all laugh and joke with each other.
Everyone
It's
loves
so
each
funny.
other. It's a good time.
Bebo said some shit to Alex 2 days ago. Man, Alex put it on me last night. Fucking A.
Made you pay.
Made me pay. I caught a stray bullet. I wasn't even saying nothing. Fucking
It's like you shouldn't have laughed at that bitch. Now you're gonna pay. Number 9, he is desperate and puts women on a pedestal. Number 10, he's fat and terrible shape but doing nothing about it. Number 11, he can't control his sexual urges and food cravings. Number 12, has weak eye contact, sloppy handshake, and he's afraid to stand for what he believes in. I mean, I wouldn't say my handshake is fucking nothing special. Sometimes I purposely sag out. And if someone comes with a strong handshake, I'm going to just sag my hand. Yeah, I'll still fuck you up, though. You guys like a strong handshake? You guys got fucking strong handshakes, probably.
Nah,
Do you,
just-
Tommy?
I
I
don't
do.
really
I
care.
do.
I match.
I'm
I'll
Arab,
match.
bro. So like I'm Syrian. We're
Dude, when I was fighting a lot, though, when motherfuckers would shake my hand, my hands sore from sparring, hands sore from a fight, I just like, that's when I kind of just go in there half-assed, let them grab the tip of the fingers a little bit.
You got little hands, huh?
Yeah, slice the air core. I do, dude. It fucking pisses me off. Little hands, little fucking ankles. Number 14. Number 14 says, if he smokes weed, he's a weak man.
fuck.
And we're all weak.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the truth. I mean, in my opinion.
I think if you can't go without it, like if your whole mood changes and you become a completely different person without it,
Yeah.
maybe.
Or using it as an excuse too.
I mean, yeah, you guys know your fucking mindset changes when you smoke a little weed and you're trying to push yourself to do something already. Sometimes if you smoke the wrong strain, you'll talk yourself out of that real quick. But if you're fucking working hard, doing all your shit, improving throughout the day, improving in whatever you're trying to do, and at the end of the day you smoke a little herb.
Yeah, I think weed's easier to quit than
Vaping.
nicotine. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah,
I've
That's
never got
why-
hooked on the old nicotine. Is that
Yeah,
brutal?
it's
shit's like crack.
It's brutal, dude. It's brutal.
I remember, yeah, Tommy's the big vape guy, the vape god on Instagram. You've been puffing on it once in a while still?
Yeah, well, just like 2-3 weeks ago, I started throwing in the Rogues. They're like Zins, so I've been hitting like a few guises here and there. I'll try like
So Zinners, huh? Zins?
African shuggies.
yeah.
Are those fire? A lot of people are into those.
I don't like the Zins. I like the Rogues. The Zins kind of taste like shit, but the Rogues are like I get the spearmint flavor and it tastes just like spearmint.
And is that as strong as like a Copenhagen dip?
So there are different like levels.
Because I've done dip before too, and I think it's about the same, but you can get a fat ass dip and throw it in, and you'll be.
Bro, because I was working at Tyrama when I was in high school, and this fucking old fart is like, hey, try one of these out, young buck. I'm like, all right. Put a fat Copenhagen dip in. And then I'm like spinning in the bathroom in my tire suit, like puking. And then I'm like going up in the tire room, like sitting between like stacks of tires so no one sees me. I'm like, fuck, I hate this.
That's how my first experience was. I threw a dip in and I was like 10 minutes later just puking everywhere. I was like, no, fuck this.
Yeah, Zins are the same way.
Yeah.
Just
But that
wobbling.
vape shit's
People are on that shit.
That vape's
now,
like
huh?
the needle,
Yeah.
bro.
I like every
Is
time
it
I've
like
tried,
the needle?
Bro, I was at my boy's smoke shop yesterday, and bro, people were coming and buying vapes like it was literally crack. Like it just boom, $20, $20, $20, $20, nonstop.
I mean, these 13-year-old young bucks doing it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like most of these smoke shops like they don't give a fuck.
They don't
They
even
know
ask for your
you,
shit.
like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if you're underage and it's like
Damn.
bad.
It's fucking those little
Everybody.
turds up. Let's give a call to my buddy Ryan Allen here. Let's see what he's got to say. Ryan Allen. You remember Ryan Allen? Purple belt from Tequino's?
Oh yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh, hello, brother.
Hey, brother. What are you doing?
I'm just studying a little biology because finals are going up. Why? What's up?
Just on the podcast shooting the shit. Wanted to talk to you maybe a little bit about fights, a little bit how you been getting burnt out in school.
Oh, well, it's just I literally have just been doing homework, grinding the heck out of it. I literally did nothing but pretty much homework all day, and I think I was at tutoring for about 4 hours. But it's worth it, though, because I'm feeling confident in myself in terms of studies right now.
Any cute girlies at school?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you just got to have the Rizz, you know what I mean?
What kind of Rizz do you like to use? Like, first off the rip, you say you see a girl that's cute and you want to go up to her. What's yours?
Well, first you tell her that she looks cute, obviously, and then obviously just be a genuine person. You know what I mean? Just be yourself. You don't need to be like so over the top. I mean, you can just be down to earth.
Like what?
Just talk to her.
Like, hey?
Yeah. And then just like ask her, hey, do you like this thing? Or, sometimes you just need to get to know her too. Sometimes you got to get them to open up too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you never know what those girls are dealing with. You never know if they have a boyfriend, so you can't be afraid to get turned down. Would you agree?
Yeah. Well, obviously, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I mean, it's literally half the human population.
Yeah, that is. Well, the other night, Friday night, you texted me. I haven't talked to you for a while, and you said the veins on my arms pop out so much. Jeez. And then
yeah.
And your arms are looking big. You sent me a picture of you jump roping. They look very big.
Oh, yeah, I just thought that was a weird thing. That's all.
I mean, they're pumped up from jits probably, dude.
I think so because of the grips. I mostly train gi.
You've been training gi out there in Soul Fighters Tempe?
Yeah, of course. That's pretty much all I train.
I mean, you're lucky to learn from Tequino and Aaron Wilson.
Well, yeah, so Aaron Wilson's very good. Tequino is one of the greatest of all time in jits. I mean, he's one of the three greats in his generation. Obviously, you got the other Mendes that he went against Tafa, and then you got Cobrinha.
Dude, there's not another person who I don't think, well, there might be one, that was in the UFC, that won an ADCC title, that won an adult black belt gi title, that won an adult black belt NoGi title multiple times, and pretty much won everything you can. I think there's only 2 or 3 guys that have ever done that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just think Augusto's an all-time great. He's such a nice person too. He's very humble and he's willing to help anyone.
Yep, you're damn right. So then you text me one day here and says, I will never go vegan or soy boy. Can you explain that?
Oh, yeah, it's just because I had a vegan dinner and I'm like...
Would you have tofu and gravy?
No, I had like, it was like beans, or it wasn't soybeans or whatever. It was like some beans and then like some tomato.
Ew.
Yeah, it wasn't really that delicious.
And then just... Because you like your protein, don't you?
Oh, yeah, of course. But, like, I try to also eat a lot of greens.
Yeah, me too. Me too. What else you got going on today? Just studying? What else?
I think it's mostly just studying, and then I get back to working out, like, regularly next week.
Yeah, that'll be good. What's your thoughts on Ilia Topuria versus Sugar if it happens?
Oh, well, so I think Sean might give him a harder time than what a lot of people are saying. I'd say if Sean keeps it out at the distance, he could give Ilia Topuria some trouble, kind of like Jai Herbert did in that UK card.
Kicked him in his dome.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening. Sean has such a reach advantage on him, and also, too, it would probably be pretty hard to close the distance on him.
You're damn right, brother. So are you talking to any females right now?
Oh, no, I mean, literally, I've just been focused on biology. I'll probably go out and do that soon later, though, as soon as that's done.
Yeah, well, maybe we can go out and do some Rizzing together.
I'll help you with the Rizzing, brother, but you'd probably also help me.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. All right, brother. Well, what are you having for lunch?
I think I'm going to Sprouts just because they're cheap and healthy sandwiches.
Grab yourself a turkey sandwich.
I was going to get roast beef with some sourdough and spinach.
Doesn't sound bad at all, brother. All right, Brian. Yeah. Well, good to talk to you. We'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week, Tim. Yeah, right. I hope you have a great day.
All right. Love you, brother.
Love you, brother.
That's our boy, Ryan Allen there. Kid's fucking... He's a Berimbolo machine. That kid. He's like an expert at the Berimbolo. Well, his brother is dating Mikey Musumeci's sister, and yeah, he's just obsessed with Berimbolos. He's fucking nasty at them too.
What's your Rizz tips, Tim?
Fuck, bro. I was reading this book. 92 Ways How to Talk to Different Types of People. And they said women like, it was recommending in this book that, like, if you go up to a girl and say, hey, I like your dress, or hey, I like your hair, they like it better if you put you in it. Hey, you look really good in that dress or something. So it just attaches them to you. I don't really have any Rizz tips, but I don't mind giving a girl a compliment.
You've been rizzing.
If I see a girl in the public or whatever and something sticks out, I'll say it to her. Because I'm like, what's the worst going to do? Is it really going to hurt their feelings? Them getting a compliment?
You're helping the world, Tim.
I mean, fuck. You might as well just exercise
Tommy's
it.
Rizz.
Tommy, I mean, Tommy tries to use his looks. I mean, he's a good-looking kid, but he got a little swag about him. You pull some puss once in a while?
Oh,
Yeah, once in a while, every blue moon. I try to be better, you know.
What do you mean?
I try to be a better man. I try to not let lust control me. But, you know, it gets the best of me. Fuck. You know, big booty Latina.
I wonder if when we die, I wonder if you're going to be on your deathbed and be like, damn it, I wish I would have fucked less women.
Nah, for sure.
Just not in the parking lots.
Just not in the parking lots of
in public places.
Certain places, yeah, for sure.
And especially maybe they could make sure they're a female.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
of course.
no more lot lizards either.
Yeah,
fucking A.
But what do? You just like go shoot the shit? I've seen you Rizz a little bit before. You're pretty good at it.
I don't try to Rizz at the gym really, because I don't know.
I don't know if that's true, but that's okay. I mean, it's just natural Rizz. That's
yeah,
all right.
yeah,
You
probably
just let it
natural.
rip. 100%.
But when I'm out in public, I usually I'll see a pretty girl and I'll be like, I say some cheesy shit like, hey, I'll stop her and like look into her eyes and I'll be like, hey, you're like the prettiest girl I've seen.
That's funny.
And make it like way over the top. And
so you got those little pretty boy looks. You can get with that.
Yeah.
A big fucking ogre like me did that. It'd be like, get away from me.
Get the fuck away from me. Yeah, I'll do that.
Hey, they do it to him too, though. I've seen some girls fucking get the fuck away from
me.
Especially when you get that hairline just lined up perfect, huh?
Nah, bro, I get curved though. I get curved like 98% of the time.
And you're okay with it.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck.
Not one.
Compared to a lot of dudes, I try to tell them that. A lot of my boys here, JJ being one of them, it will not even Rizz at all.
Dude,
I'm like, just try, bro.
It's funny to see him go out. Like, you'll see him like get into that moment, like, well, I'll talk him into it, and then they'll go try to Rizz somebody up, and they'll turn him down, and then the whole night they're just like,
I'm a fucking.
It's a numbers game, though, man.
It's like,
bro,
it's
a numbers
you gotta
game.
shoot, bro.
And you never know what that girl's dealing with.
Yeah.
She could be just have her boyfriend. She didn't want to tell you, or just who knows. So who gives a fuck?
There you go. I used to, back in high school, even after high school, I used to go to these parties and like talk to as many chicks as I can. Like I would get the first one out the way because I'd get that rejection and then I would get over it. And then I would just go talk to as many girls as I can. Yeah. Get Snapchats, get numbers.
Right.
Take them upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just gotta fucking let it rip. When I'm with my boys and some of my boys are single and we clearly see a very cute girl, whether we're at a coffee shop, wherever we're at, and one of my single buddies doesn't go say something, I'm like, bro, that is a fucking fail.
It is hard though.
You gotta have balls, but just like you said, I'm like, go say something to her. You never know. That could be.
What's the worst? She's gonna say no, exactly. And then you're never gonna see her again.
Or be like, damn, you got her number, whatever. She turns into your fucking perfect woman one day.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think Tinder's made us soft because we have just swipes, unlimited swipes?
I don't know anybody who's good on Tinder. I don't know anybody who polls on Tinder. Maybe Ross Tistic.
Yeah.
Our new blue belt here at the dojo.
Ross does be
I heard he pulls some puss.
He does.
I think it's too weird though. Like,
it used to be normal back then. Like Tinder used to be the thing.
Like,
I smashed a few girls off Tinder.
I've only smashed one.
But now that there's filters so much, these girls are like.
Now it's a little sketchy.
Well, now the girls, they don't want to really see in real life. They got all these filters dolled up, and they don't look like that in real life at all. So maybe they're scared, or it's like, I don't know how to do it anymore. Dude, I'm just so thankful that I have Mariah, and I'm not looking to be in the dating pool at this point with social media and the way it is, and like girls and their trauma, and they're just like, oh, it'd be hard to date right now. But
yeah.
You meet them at a coffee shop, you never know, Tommy, and you say something. You meet them at a bookstore, That you're in bookstores a lot.
Yeah, right. In bookstores.
Maybe at a Blockbuster. Were you guys around when there was a Blockbuster?
Oh, yeah. I'll see her at a smoke
Blockbuster
shop,
was the
maybe.
shit.
Maybe a smoke shop.
Yeah, smoke shop. She just
There
get
you
another
go.
little crack pipe. It'll be a good one.
Missing a tooth or two.
Did you talk about Alex Pantoja versus Sean's situation? Did you talk about that?
I talked about it on a YouTube video that's coming out, I
Okay.
think tomorrow. But I mean, I'll say
Might as well rip it.
supposedly, yeah, they got a sparring session. I wasn't there that day. I don't know what the fuck. We did something. I wasn't there at sparring that day. Henry Cejudo, a bunch of his little turd friends came in, and they're like, "Let's spar Sean." Sean's a fucking little. I don't even know if he was pro at the time. He might have been very beginning pro. And they had him spar 3 rounds. And me and Sean were taking bong rips the night before, eating snacks, not in fight camp at all. This guy's in fight camp. Come out first round, and Sean puts him down with a liver shot. Makes him, I mean, I don't know if he exactly put him down. There's videos of it. But he makes him stop. And in a real life fight, when Sean hurts people to the body, he shortly after KOs him flat. So it would have been the end of the fight. And then Henry's like, I want him to go more. And then I want him to go more. Made him spar 3 rounds. Completely out of shape. Fucking heavy bong rippers and donuts the night before. So that's all that really happened there. He keeps talking about it, though, so I'm sure Sean will drop the video. He's got a video of it.
I feel like Henry's like a little fly or like a mosquito. He just keeps flying around.
He keeps packing. I know. He doesn't seem like just a cool dude. Like a dude where you can go give each other shit. You can have fun. You can be. I mean, if you're so fucking insecure about shit, it's like you're not going to be probably very enjoyable to hang out with. Not even friends, not even as a spouse. If you're so insecure. What do you think, Garrett?
I agree. I think insecurity is got to be one of the uglier traits you can have. It's like
yeah, but other than that, that's all that happened with that Pantoja thing.
one other thing that came up was Demetrious Johnson revealed about a professional boxing debut that he wants to fight one of the legends of the sport. That was pretty interesting.
Bro, that is interesting because Demetrious is 5'3".
I was gonna say, who would be the legend? That's his size.
I guess he's calling out Floyd. Sounds like
Pacquiao, Floyd.
Pacquiao, yeah.
Pacquiao, Floyd.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be
I just don't know. I mean, I just don't know if it ever happened unless someone in Japan dropped the money, which is possible. That's Floyd's went over there and done those exhibitions before with those guys. So someone's like, hey, one of the GOATs in MMA, fight Floyd.
Sick.
It'd be sick. I'd watch.
Oh yeah.
Or those Saudi guys.
Yeah, those motherfuckers are just have some serious ched.
I got one more for you.
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira is open to moving up to welterweight for a big fight after the UFC 300 loss.
There's fucking, I mean, dude.
Tons of matchups there.
And Charles is tall. He's not like he's a shorter dude. He's a tall dude, and he's so dangerous off his back. So it's like one worry about going up in weight. It's like, well, if this guy grabs a hold of me, he's going to be more powerful than me. He might be able to just dominate me on the ground. Charles Oliveira is very fucking good on the ground.
Yeah.
He has got a good, dangerous, flexible guard. You make one mistake in his guard, and he's tying you up in something. And he's not only good at just tying you up in submissions. He'll get an overhook, break your posture, and he'll elbow the top of your head.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought he won his last fight. When I watched it, I could see why he lost, but I also thought he won. Because if you're watching the jiu-jitsu, and there was...
Yeah,
He had him in danger.
Yeah.
I mean, there was
Multiple
multiple times where it was this close to being over.
What do you think about that with the just the judging system with jiu-jitsu, right? He was literally like almost KO'd 3-4 times, whatever it was.
It's just so fucking.
It's like you get an advantage for the almost getting a submission.
Have the
in
judges
jits, and
ever
it's
fought before?
I mean, there's some athletic commissions where the judges have fought, but that's the thing. What's this person's background? Was their dad a big time wrestler and they loved wrestling all growing up? So they might count a little bit more if the guy's constantly taking the guy down, or was the guy's dad world champion jiu-jitsu and they watched this fight and man, that guy locked up 8 submissions, didn't get one of them. But he was close to finishing the fight that many times. I think that does matter. What their background was.
100%.
The judging shit's tough, dude. Joe Rogan was talking about with Max Holloway about having the open basketball court where there's no cages. That would change the game so fucking much for good strikers. I don't know if Sean would ever be beat.
Yeah, fuck no,
If he-
you'd
if he
never
had-
be able to get him.
If he had that much space to move, he'd
Yeah.
probably never be beat. But again, that would be interesting. And they were talking about how at the end of the round, it should start in the same place that round ended. So if you got through the round and you were mounted, then next round you're starting in mount.
Oof.
I think that's fair too. I also do think that people on the bottom and the guard should be able to up kick you in your face if you're on your knee, wherever you're at.
Yeah, the
The
way
bottom
one
guy should be
champion.
Yeah, you should be able to up kick this motherfucker. Like that happened in Charles Oliveira and Armin fight, and it actually was good for Charles. He just emptied his tank on that Armin guillotine. No, it was Armin guillotine from the side. Like, empty the tank. He was squeezing for a good fucking minute. A lot of his juice was gone. Armin got out and he kicked him in the face. Bink. So now he got a good, whatever it was, minute and a half to let those arms fucking chill out a little bit. So that was a good little tactic there. Charles at 170. Shit, dude. Who wouldn't want to see that? Who wouldn't want to see that guy fight anybody? He's a fucking legend. Huge. What else we got?
Got Gilbert Burns calls for rematch against Kamaru Usman.
I wonder what happened there. That's when I saw that, I was like, damn. So that, because they trained together. They trained together quite a bit in the same room. They probably sparred a lot. You never know how the interactions was. But then when people have podcasts like this, and maybe Gilbert listens to a podcast that Kamaru was talking about, and maybe he talked to Gilbert in not quite the most respectful way, and then Gilbert hears that, and then he's like, I'd love to get that fight back. Gilbert's getting up there, though, which is interesting. I mean, when guys are getting past close to 40 and they're fighting at these lighter weights, it doesn't seem to, go well. The guys that are 205ers, heavyweights that are fighting into their 40s, it seems like it's more normal for them to fight into their 40s. I don't know why. Okay, this is on Twitter. Young Alpha Kings. Men literally choose a shy, polite, soft woman with zero achievements over arrogant career woman. I'd say that's pretty fucking true. What do you think? You want a girl who makes more money than you? I mean, it's different. You're climbing. You want a girl, but in the end, she's got control. She pays the bills. She's got more control over you. Like, you better act right.
That's
you better act right.
That's rough. That's rough.
I wasn't raised in a house like that, so.
What do you mean?
Like, my dad provided for my mom while my mom took care of us. She didn't have to work, and like that's how we kind of came up.
Men will literally choose a shy, polite, soft woman with zero achievements over an arrogant career woman. Would you say that's accurate, Garrett?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep, 100%.
Let's go to another one here. Dating 101. Never sleep with a married woman. I think that's good. I mean, a married woman, so what if she's already in process of getting the divorce, but she's not divorced yet? Can you fuck her?
Shit. I think you could.
I'd say yeah.
If she's getting divorced.
Yeah.
She's already getting a divorce. Yeah, it's not going to be a home wrecking thing.
What if she just says that, though?
Oh.
That's where it gets tricky.
Well, then you don't know, so you're not at fault.
True, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Until he comes,
It's like,
comes
I
with
didn't
the
do
gun
nothing
out.
wrong.
Yeah, I
I
didn't know.
didn't do nothing wrong but fucking poke it. That's all I did.
If your girl cheats, is it the guy or the girl's fault?
Girl.
I agree.
For
If the
sure.
guy cheated,
Girl.
yeah.
That's why unless it's one of your close people and you walk in and it's one of your close people that you trusted and you actually that was your person, then it's like, you motherfucker. But if it's the girl, it's like, dude, any guy's gonna fuck any sexy girl. So
That's
what
what I'm
do
like.
you do?
I'm
walking
like,
on that?
say
I just
like
walk
your
out
best
and be like,
friend.
never see him again. It's like, what's whooping ass gonna do? It depends. It's easy for me to say that. If it came down, it was maybe I just give him a couple of good little lickings here.
Give him a few.
What are you saying,
few
Bebo?
juices to think about.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, who do you get mad at? Like, you get mad at both of them, or like, say it's your best friend, like your best friend, and then she came on to your best friend. You know,
and your best friend, but still, if you're your,
because we're guys.
if that's your brother though, it's like, bro, that's your
Yeah.
fucking bro. There's so many fucking sluts in the world, and that's your bro. You should be able to trust them with anything, and you shouldn't have to worry about that. I think.
Yeah, I think both should get the ass. Wait.
Yeah, but then you know with that girl, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
you're replaceable.
100%.
You
For
are
sure.
replaceable, so I will replace you
100%.
now. I don't know. Is that fucked up? I don't
No.
think so.
I don't know.
You see, Connor, the Michael Chandler Connor fight is not signed. It's not. It's official, but Connor, I think, hasn't signed it.
Yeah, fuck. And now they're promoting it. Now they're selling tickets. Fuck.
Fuck, me and Dom were thinking about going and watching that fight.
That one will probably
I'm
be
like,
expensive, bro.
Yeah. Oh no,
Probably.
the tickets. I think the cheapest one's $2,400.
2,400, yeah.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
For nosebleed.
Bro, you might you might as well just watch.
That's why you just watch it at
not worth
home.
it.
Watch at home is the
Okay.
best seat. When we go, sometimes when we have those cage side tickets, I'm like, you still see one angle. A lot of the actions happen in front of this fucking pole or the ref standing there. When you're watching at home, it's like you get to actually watch the fight.
Yeah, every
It's
time
better.
I've ever been to a UFC event, I've never actually watched what's happened.
Yeah.
Like, what happened.
just so
Like,
much
there's
going
just so
on.
much shit going on. Like, even the boxing matches.
I went to the time Adesanya came out here in Phoenix
Mhm.
a few years ago. Dude, I drank too much, and by the time Adesanya came out, like I wasn't even watching the fight. I could care less. So far too, like
What else we got going today, boys? You guys are setting up that new fucking. I ordered
bike.
2 new Airdynes and they sent 1 treadmill. I have one treadmill, 1 Airdyne, but the other Airdyne comes tomorrow, so that'll be good. I like getting those Airdyne workouts, bro. You mix those with grappling or you mix those with striking or whatever, and nothing really gets your heart rate and your muscles burning quite like that, except doing the actual thing.
Yeah, yesterday was like the first time I actually used it. Because I asked Sean, I'm like, dude, what? Like, every time I roll with him, his cardio is just on
Shugs?
point. Yeah,
Mhm.
even at the end of the round, he's just like, and I'm like, bro, we just had a war. Like, and so I asked him, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, the bike, this bike will get you. So yesterday I did it, getting off the bike. I'm like, it felt like I actually went to a competition, did a whole competition.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was
they're,
just like, fuck.
they're sweet because there's already preset intervals. You can do those, but what Brandon talks about, what's this new things that comes out, everyone's talking about, is just it's so fucking boring though. Is that zone 2 cardio, bro? You sit on that thing for 30 minutes or 40 minutes and nasal breathe the whole time. Don't go hard enough to where you're going.
Mhm.
Nasal breathe the whole time, so your baseline heart rate is 140 and you're comfortable there, nasal breathing at that. And then that's why they're able to recover so fast compared to your heart's just not in shape, and then you go spike it to 190 and your just heart's not built for that. So that 2 times a week zone 2 cardio, I need to get better about it. I've been doing probably 10, 15, 20 in the morning right when I wake up. But still, that's how you get that baseline like he's doing. He's religious about it. But the hardest thing is just find something to do while you do it. You can watch podcasts, you can listen to music, because 30, 40 minutes doing that is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's nice. Now we'll have more Airdynes here. It'll be good.
I guess Connor's an owner of Bare Knuckle now.
I'm so curious. I wonder what that deal looked like and what percentage he got of Bare Knuckle. I'm curious about that. And like, how much is he going to promote it? So him being partners in Bare Knuckle, that was probably smart. Because with his following Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, half the time I never know Bare Knuckle's going on. But then if I see Connor tweet about it or post about it, I'm like, oh shit, what's going on?
That's why I wonder, like, how most of these fucking organizations survive. Like, I don't know half the time. Like, Mike Perry was fighting. I didn't know he was fighting. I had no idea that he was fighting. And
Yeah,
it's
they
just
didn't
like,
promote that one very well either. I would have watched it, but
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
That's
Mike
how I
Perry's
would
a
have watched.
dog.
I would have sat there and watched it, but I just do nothing about it. They don't promote it.
for sure. What do you guys got going on the rest of the day? Fixing up the bikes. What about you, Tommy?
I gotta go do some homework, man.
What
I
are you
gotta-
doing homework for?
I'm trying to get my business degree in accounting or finance. I'm not sure yet, but I'm still working
What do
on
you
my
see yourself
associates.
doing when you're older? Well, that'll help with Bebo's business. You guys can do that business together. It'll be fucking perfect.
To be honest, I want to like own commercial property and just make money and have assets. And at first I thought I didn't need school. You know, I thought I was just gonna work hard like my family did, my parents and uncles, and bust out the hours. And I realized it was a lot harder than I thought. So I was like, let me go to school, get a good salary for a few years, save up, and then I can have the funds to establish what I really want to do, which is be a landowner, own apartments or just commercial properties like a building like this, and just build from there.
I know these guys that own this mall, their dad just died and gave it to them. So they own this whole fucking mall.
I'm sure he's owned it for years too.
Yeah, years and years. It's older than shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have
That's
laser
the goal, though.
tag, gymnastics. They used to have all kinds of shit.
It was
when I was,
popping?
yeah.
Hopefully we can
I
get
used
it
to
back
come over
popping.
here and play laser tag, and then I used to I think right where the Napa is. That used to be my gymnastics place that I used to go to. When
You
I was
did
a kid.
gymnastics?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Shit. I was a cheerleader in high school.
Subby.
Were you a cheerleader, Tommy? I
Yeah.
could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, why you think
picking
he
up
was a
chicks.
cheerleader?
Was that lit? Did you ever fuck a lot of them?
Not from my school. I had a bad rep at my school, bro. So like when I'd go to
you
comps,
just had herps or something?
nah, that was just like a little player, I guess, a little man whore.
The asshole.
But sometimes those girls find out about that. They're like, damn, he's a man horse, so he likes that. And then they want to take you for a spin.
Oh, bro, let me tell you, on social media, these girls cap. Every time I run into a chick that curves me on social media, she folds. Like, I bag her every single time.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Not every time. Not every time.
Yeah,
like a
but
good 70%, 60%.
being a cheerleader, that was probably smart.
Oh, bro, I went to Disneyland. I was like in a bus full of cheerleaders, meeting chicks from all over.
Oh,
Sick.
I bet that was good. I bet that was some good.
And all the
Yeah.
guys that cheer are usually gay, so when you're straight, like they love it.
So the girls like you, the guys like you. You're just the man.
Yeah,
in
you're
that
just the
joint.
man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Remember, we got the confidential show that comes out every week. It is patreon.com/RedHawk Academy. And there's discounts on merch on there. There's discounts on supplements on there. There's all sorts of stuff. So if you want to support, check that out. If not, no problem. Hit that like and subscribe button. Comment what you guys think underneath. Thank you, Bebo. Thank you, Tommy, helping keep this combo going. So, PrizePicks, code Timbo if you sign up for that. Other than that, love you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.